It's Varsity Weekly Live, your coverage of all things pop culture, local Arizona news, and national news.
Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Varsity Weekly Live. I'm Amaya Lucero, your host from UNLV tonight. I'm joined by Vince Delicio. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Amaya. I'm great. I am. It's beautiful outside. It's gonna get warm, but there's a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of spring break over the next couple of weeks, and yeah, it's just all good all the way around. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know it's spring break for you guys over there in Arizona. Have you gotten any rest at all?
That's a good question. It's been a little bit laid back, a little slower of a week, but just kind of planning ahead and gearing up for next week. So yeah, I'd say it's been a little quieter. And you guys geared up for spring break next week?
I am ready. Yes, absolutely. It's supposed to be 90 degrees this weekend in Vegas, so pool season is here. I am so ready to just have a break, do a little staycation, just take some time off.
Awesome. What's well, and as you know, with Varsity Weekly, this is a show that is talking about what's trending, what pop culture, what's going on out there. Maybe a little bit away from sports, maybe a little bit of sports, but just in general, what is happening and what's the latest. And what do we have coming up first?
First up, we have Andres Salazar, a pre-recorded segment with from the East versus West 22 arm wrestling recap.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andres Salazar with Varsity Sports Show at UNLV. And this past weekend, the professional arm wrestling world was focused on East versus West 22. It's one of the biggest events in the sport that featured two of the strongest pullers in the world, where Devon Leverett went up to face Vitaly Lalitin for the left-handed world championship and gauntlet. So this main event showcased a massive showdown between arm wrestling legend Devon No Limits Leverett and the Siberian giant Vitaly Lalitin in a super heavyweight battle for the left-handed world championship and gauntlet. As you can see, Vitaly is the champion going into this match, and it is a very intense start as they both make their walkouts. Now in this match, Vitaly had all the advantages as he was the bigger arm wrestler with a 3-inch height advantage and leverage and a 20-pound difference between the two, and he was also the younger arm wrestler. And as you can see, it's a very intense start where both men test each other, and Devon Leverett with his usual mind games. This matchup was a clash of styles because Leverett is known for his experience, endurance, and technical strategy at the table, while Lalitin brings incredible height, leverage, and very explosive power, as I was mentioning. Now, throughout the match, Lalitin was able to control the center of the table and use his reach advantage to apply pressure early. Leverett attempted to adjust and fight back with his signature endurance and table IQ, as he always likes to use the King's move, and also even tried to go for a hook, as you can see in this round against Lalitin, but Lalitin's strength was proved to be the difference.
And he does. Yeah.
And just round after round, Lalitin kept his hand control and leverage, forcing Leverett into defensive positions and preventing him from setting up the longer battles he's known for. Despite Leverett's experience and ability to grind through tough matches, Lalitin's explosive power and size ultimately allowed him to dominate the table and secure the win. 4-0 Vitaly, and still remain the left-handed world champion. And now, with that result, the big question becomes, who will be the next challenger to face Vitaly Lalitin for the left arm world championship? But as we all know, Devon Leverett and Vitaly Lalitin still have unfinished business, where they will now both face on the right arm, which is Devon's game, and on April 18th in Cologne, Germany, for the number one contender spot to see who will face the world champion for the right arm, Levon Saganalishvili. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
And we are back. What do you think about the arm wrestling segment?
This is serious stuff. And what I love about Andres' reporting, Andres Salazar, one of your peers at UNLV, is that he's competing in this thing, and he did a report on the Las Vegas Marathon. He competed in the event. He ran in the event. This weekend, he's competing in this arm wrestling. And what was interesting to me, I used to think it was like big bruising guys that are, arm wrestling and pure strength, but he mentioned mental and
Yeah.
mental games in this thing. I mean, it's in a way, it's kind of it's like fun. It's funny to watch, but it's serious sport.
Yeah. It's definitely not something you're used to seeing a reporter who also gets to be involved in things like this. So you get to see firsthand reporting from someone who was in the marathon, someone competing in the arm wrestling. It's pretty impressive, and I got a big round of applause to him.
Awesome.
Next
Yeah.
up, we have Craig Baker joining us to talk about Jack Harlow's new album.
Hey, how's it going, Amaya?
I'm great. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. As you can see, I'm in Scottsdale, a little jump on spring break, got the ambient nature noises of Arizona. I'm living life. I'm going to live life more tomorrow because one of my favorite, one of my more favorite rappers, Jack Harlow, is dropping his fourth studio album, Monica, which also coincides with his 28th birthday. Now, per Jack's word, this is going to be inspired from his move from his hometown of Louisville to New York City. And it's going to be all fresh. So there's no singles, there's no previews whatsoever on this album. This is all going to be fresh to the listener's ear. It's kind of like a clean slate. I'm really, really excited for it. I mentioned it's really inspired from his move from Louisville to New York City. You know, he's kind of slid into a new fold in New York City, so he feels like his rapping is going to be more personal and direct to the fan base, which should be fun. And we'll just see like how that impacts his flow, because he's more of like a conversational rapper, very loosey goosey, but he also talks about serious subjects too in that easy conversational tone. So, you know, I'm very, very excited. It's gonna be a fun time. So, yeah, we'll crank it up in the hot tub on the speakers and have fun listening to it tomorrow.
Absolutely. Do you know if any tour has been announced yet, or are you hoping for one?
I don't know about any tour. I think he's just going to see, the reception per his album. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a tour very, very soon after this drops tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks, Amaya. Appreciate it.
Next up, we have Craig Baker talking about the upgraders.
What's up, Varsity Weekly Live? I'm Craig Baker, coming to you with a segment about easily one of the most highly touted video games in recent memory, Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is a fully online multiplayer extraction shooter featured in a post-apocalyptic world controlled by large robots called Arc. The goal of the game is simple. Join an online server with as many as 2 friends, raid the map for good items and weapons, and extract if you can. Just look out for the deadly Arc, and in some cases, Raiders, which can be just as deadly.
Look at this thing! Oh my god! Oh, it's got a shield around it! Dude, that is so sick! How can you look at this visually and not say, this game is so dope, dude?
Now, I am not the biggest video game player in the world. In fact, I rarely play. However, this game has me entranced. It is so much fun to hop on with your friends and play this game. Now, there's 2 real ways to play this game. You could do PvE, which is player versus enemy, which is you're just fighting Arc robots, or PvP, which means you play to fight other raiders, which is just as fun. Whatever fancies your boat. And trust me, both ways are very, very fun and intoxicating.
It's not gonna do nothing, Jake. Watch. I'll prove it to you.
Does?
Great, welcome back. I know little to nothing about video games, so this is every time we do a video game segment, I love to hear all about it because I know almost absolutely nothing.
I just grew up on popping quarters in the machine and playing Pac-Man, so I'm not into I'm not into the intensity of this stuff. But it's realistic for sure. It's kind of funny hearing those guys talk to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I, during quarantine, got pretty heavily involved in Fortnite. I was playing it all the time during quarantine, especially at the beginning when we were only supposed to be on 2 weeks of lockdown or whatever it was. But aside from that, like I said, next to nothing about video games.
That's hilarious. What's going?
Next up,
We've
oh
covered
yeah,
a lot of different things. I mean, what's next?
we have Thomas Gabo here talking about Wuthering Heights.
Hi, Amaya. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Did you get to see Wuthering Heights?
I have not. I
Okay.
have been dying to see it. I know almost nothing about it. I've never read the book. I've just watched the trailer and I was really loving the trailer and everything that they had to offer in the preview. So, what do you have to tell us about it tonight?
Yeah. Basically, my girlfriend dragged me over to watch it at the drive-in movie theater in North Las Vegas, and yeah, honestly, it was pretty cool. There's this one scene where Jacob Elordi's crawling on the floor that was like, okay, that's different, but yeah, basically, it's like a romance story, and I'm not gonna spoil it for, of course, because I bet you want to see it, but just
Yeah.
know it is really good, and yeah, I mean Jacob Elordi, up and coming new actor. He's played a pretty good role and has gotten a little close with Margot Robbie, as I'm sure you've seen all over social media that they've been like a little close and drawn some controversy. But I don't know if that's like to promote the movie or what. But either way, they did a good job. So.
I love Margot Robbie. I think both of them do. She did great in Barbie, I think, and also just a bunch of her other stuff like um, Wolf of Wall Street. That was I think, one of her most popular
Mm.
movies. He is best known for Euphoria, Kissing Booth, things like that. I think that they are just absolutely outstanding actors, and they just do wonderful in their industry. And I look forward to seeing this movie so much.
Right. I didn't even know Jacob Elordi was British at first, and then I believe I seen him on an interview, and I was like, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah.
So he's talking in his regular accent in the movie. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good movie
Yeah.
overall, though. So
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and have a good rest of your night.
thank you. You too.
Next up, we have a pre-recorded segment talking all about Allegiant Stadium.
Hi, I'm Amaya Lucero from UNLV, talking all about how Allegiant Stadium was named the #1 music venue on the West Coast. Allegiant Stadium just earned a major title, being named the #1 West Coast music venue in Billboard's new 2026 Top Music Venues list. The ranking is based on a mix of Billboard's editorial picks and real performance data from Billboard's box score, including concert attendance and gross revenue reported between October 1st of 2024 and September 30th of 2025. With a capacity of almost 72,000 people, Allegiant Stadium has become one of the biggest concert destinations in the country. Allegiant Stadium has hosted major tours over the past few years, from artists like Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Metallica, The Weeknd, Coldplay, Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Shakira, and even Taylor Swift. Billboard also highlighted the stadium's massive production setup, sleek design, and its ability to handle huge touring shows with state-of-the-art acoustics, massive LED screens, and even a retractable, natural glass field tray that helps transform the venue depending on the event.
What do you think about tonight's show, Vince?
Loved it. I absolutely loved it. You know, what really impresses me about our team, and this week was an all UNLV team. You guys are stepping up in a big way. There's a lot of talent, but there's a lot of variety in what's being presented. A lot of cool stuff. So it's not just the mainstream. It's stuff that's kind of off the beaten path, and it's just fun to see and hear about.
Yeah, I love Varsity Weekly Live. I think it's given just something different, a little break from sports, but we still get to see each person have their own spin on it, their own take on it, get to see what interests each one of our team members. And I think it's just an awesome show that we all get to be a part of.
Awesome. Well, take us out.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Amaya Lucero from UNLV, joined by Vince Delicio tonight. Have a good rest of your night.
It's Varsity Weekly Live, your coverage of all things pop culture, local Arizona news, and national news.